Well, what are we doing today? Welcome back to another video first and foremost, guys. And if you do like them, do hit that thumbs up button. Give them a good thumbs up and thumb them along and share them on your social media pages. That would be most appreciated. If you're not subscribed, woe is you. You need to hit the bell icon and the subscribe button to be kept up to date with all my latest uploads. So what are we doing today before I lose my marbles? Pollen levels are high. I'm still recovering from an eye infection, so it's not the best combination. We're doing some jungle warfare. It's going to be doing some roving with the Darent Valley 8-foot specialist quiver tip rod, link leisure setup, 6-pound mainline, 4-pound hook link, using classic baits, good old maggots, redworms, lobworms and bread. As I say, guys, it's going to be tricky. Going to have to bushwhack a few swims, I reckon, or try and poke a rod through. The river is running, this particular river is running low, it's running clear. Fish are going to be edgy. But I am desperate to try out this section because I did see a wider stretch further downstream. I say wider. In terms of the rest of this river, it's a lot wider, but it's still only small. So that's the plan. See if we can pick up some chub, perch, etc. Maybe some dace. I'm going to start on a larger hook and bread flake to begin with, and then switch over to maybe a 12 or a 16 and change over to loose fed maggots. Anyway, let's cut the waffle, cut the jibber jabber. Let's try not to get too stung up. Let's try not to get too much pollen in those infected eyes, and see if we can pick up a fish or two from a rather tiny water. Of course, the thing is, when you're doing this kind of roving, you're looking for areas that look likely, pockets of fish that can spook easily. In swims where I have them spook, or if I know that there's fish there and they're a bit wary, always pays to put a little trickle of maggot or just some squeezed bread into the spot and then come back to it later, earmark it. But it can be a real case of locating holding zones on such tiny waterways. Really is a case of locating where the fish might be holding up. This looks an interesting area. A lot of weed down there. I don't know how I'm going to present a bait that easy, but I am going to put in some maggots just to see if we can spot any fish. Can't see any fish moving there whatsoever. That isn't to say they won't be under there, and I can't really access it that easy to play the fish safely. Yep. Small chub. Brilliant. Exactly what I was expecting there. A nice little bit of coverage to my left and over the back. In you go, real gold nugget. Well, how about that? A picture perfect chub, mint condition from a tiny river. Beautiful. I guess around about £1 to £1.5. Lovely though, very welcome. It's just a case of finding them, you know, finding the pockets where you can, you know, drop into and also expect to find fish, and there's good coverage here. Kingfishers. Wow. I think it's a juvenile and the parent. Wow. How beautiful is that, hey? 2 kingfishers. Perch. Not massive, but big for the size of the waterway. Very, very nice. that's not a bad chub. Oh yes. Just as I was checking the time, because I've got to be off and on my way home soon. It's not a bad one. For this little brook, which has had a lot of pollution, that's not a bad fish. Oh, there we go. Got some predation marks on the opposite flank, but aside from that, it's not in bad condition. Pull myself back to give a better perspective. Not a massive fish, but for this waterway that suffered a lot of pollution incidents, it's nice to see. And it has been a bit of a struggle today. I've only been down for literally a couple of hours, 2.5 to 2 3/4 hours maximum. So nice to fish a new area, find a few pockets of fish, and this is very welcome. Plenty of kingfishers about, which is always a good sign. Anyway, let's get this chap slipped back if he wants to get recuperated fully. Well, I certainly haven't just magically changed my clothing. Welcome to the second part of the video. Back out on the same little river, fishing a section that I have fished before, but also going to be having a look at maybe some other spots for a future trip. But there is a certain area on here that I do want to go and fish this afternoon. Once again, just another short trip. Do like doing short trips. Really, really enjoyable to get out mooching about on small waterways. Same setup. Darent Valley, 8-foot specialist rod, link leisure, 4-pound hook link, 6-pound main line. Simple as it gets. And a nice little Advanta specialist landing net. This is the I think it's a 25-inch or 22-inch net. But yeah, just roving, staying light. Reason why I've got this top on is because it is forecast absolutely hammer down this afternoon into evening time. So time's coming up for around about 4:30, and I'm gonna maybe have a little mooch about for a few hours into the evening time. But yeah, that last trip part of the video, or last trip, it was tricky finding pockets of fish, but I did miss a few bites as well. Missed a few bites under that culvert. So it was nice to catch 3 fish, albeit not massive fish, but you know, given the amount of pollution this river's had, or brook should I say, it's just nice to see fish clinging on, you know, and still about. I do wish the Environment Agency would spend the money that they got from Thames Water polluting this waterway, spend it on it, you know, investing it, time, looking after it, cleaning it up more, and more importantly, restocking. Is what it is though, isn't it? You know, I hate to say it is what it is, because that kind of saying's a bit of a cop-out. It is what it is. It's not. It is what it shouldn't be, but it is. Anyway, I'm getting a bit annoyed now. And that's not the purpose of enjoying a day's fishing, is it? Or a few hours fishing evening. Anyway, so let's mosey on. Let's have a little look about. Maybe look at a few swims and fish a couple, or fish a few more, see how much time there is. But first and foremost, let's enjoy a beautiful looking brook. Guys, I just spotted a chub, maybe a couple of pounds, maybe a couple of pounds, just down here. It's just to the right of that ranunculus or cow parsley, just down here. Gonna try and feed, get him enticed with a bit of maggot first. There you go, just there. Guys, there's 3 in the swim, 3. Gonna start on the bread. Yep. One of the smaller ones. One of the smaller ones of the shoal. There was one down there that was a couple of pounds. Typically kamikaze young chevins come in. You can probably make out where he's been. Oh, he's lively. You can probably make out where he's been scoffing the free offerings, the maggots. Lovely. Let's get it slipped back a bit upstream, see if I can tempt the others out, but I might have spooked them now. May have spooked them. That's a better one. There's one nearly falling. Yep. It's a better one. Longer. Quick bite. I tend to like to rotate and go through baits. You know, I'll bait up with some maggots to get them really competing if there's a few fish, get them to drop their guard, then go in with the bread flake, and then bait again with maggots and go in with worm, go totally natural. So trying to work through their different stages of apprehension as you pick one or two off out of the shoal. Once again, not massive, but for this waterway with the pollution in its face, it's brilliant to see. Brilliant to see. Bless you. Perch. Just a dinker. Lovely markings though. Typical as you'd expect on this. It's a very clear river. Lots of gravel runs. And always nice to remember your Polaroid so you can do some fish spotting. Such an important part of a fisherman's armoury. Oh, that's what I was after. Oh. Get down there, guys. I'm going to have to go off camera. Excuse me. I don't know if I can get him out. A better one. Yeah. It's a better fish, guys. Oh, yeah. Yes. That's a better one. Oh, thought I was going to have to go off camera there because he put me under the margins there. Into that cow pathway. This is a decent one. Yes. Oh yes. Well, pays to try all different techniques, especially when you're getting diminishing returns in small swims like this where the fish do spook. If you notice there, what I was doing, I was tightening up and just twitching the worm. Trying to entice any bites from any fish. And when the fish are getting a little bit spooky, it can pay dividends. Almost like using the worm as a jig. And this one hit it. Didn't it tear off? It's a better perch. One's got a bit of an angry attitude. Proud dorsal on this rebellious youngster. Beautiful colours. Perfect predatory markings, and they look quite vivid given how clear this river is and the gravel runs. It's a pity it couldn't have stayed like that throughout its life without getting a lot of untreated sewage in it. Oh no, no. Nice to have, but after losing that better fish, ooh, a little bit of a booby prize. No, only kidding. Still nice to have. That's a pity about that fish. Hook holds with perch, either they're in or they're not. And I'm not using the best sized hook for perching with worms. I'm trying to be a bit subtle, really, with my presentation. Lovely condition. Great to see. Kind of thought this tree, where it's got quite a scaled out area, would produce a few perch. Perch. Lots of perch, really nice to see. Oh, back he goes. Another angry juvenile perch. Nice to always find a lot of fish, you know. Hopefully it's recovering slowly, very slowly. A better perch. That is a better fish. It's a plumper one and a larger one. Very nice. It's a nice perch. Wow, how about that then, guys? How about that? Lost a fish earlier, and it looked earlier when I had the camera off, and it looked like it could be the same fish. So I cast to my right, thinking it might be skulking in the reed beds, and I'm pretty sure this could be the same fish that's hit it. But yeah, I'll take that, eh? Beautiful. Always hard with perch, isn't it? You either get a good hook hold or you don't, with the way their lips and bony structure can be. But very nice too. Beautiful. Stockier perch. Oh. Chub. Always very welcome to see. Second chub from this spot, because I tell you what, you chevin are been outnumbered by a lot of perch. Brilliant. Well, I've been keeping these in the net, but I'm going to release them downstream and carry on in this spot. There's quite a few perch. And of course, I think there's smaller ones as well. Let's get these released downstream though. Still catching plenty of perch. Oh, well held, I think is the saying there. Oh. Oh, calm down. Oh, like a bar of soap. Doesn't help that it's raining either. There we go. Yeah, catching plenty in this spot. It's a real holding zone for fish. Got plenty of cover. I mean, if you check to your left, on my left here, a lovely tree, come bush or fallen tree that's going across, and then another one there, and it's like a pool, and it shallows up and goes into a set of gravel riffles. So yeah, the fish certainly do like it in this spot. Give it a little bit longer, then I think I'm going to mosey. It's been really enjoyable, contrasting to yesterday's trip on the other section. But I still think that holds a few more fish than what I caught. You can't always access all the spots as easy as you can in winter time. Anyway, let's crack on for a bit, shall we? Oh, this is not a bad fish. Not a bad fish. Could be a trout. Could be a trout. Yeah, it's a brown trout. Oh. Oh, it's going. Could be the same fish I saw top over there. Get in there. Beautiful markings, absolutely gorgeous, and what a scrap. I think this was the fish that surfaced or took a fly to my right. Beautiful markings. Anyway, let's get it slipped back. It's been enjoyable, very enjoyable. I think this might be the last fish though. Well, thoroughly soaked, thoroughly happy, thoroughly packed up. Boo! Yeah, really enjoyable. Really enjoyed it. Been a nice rove. A few beautiful looking chevin. A few better ones. Lots of perch. This spot, well, and the other spots. Lots of small perch and some better ones. And I did keep a few and a single chub in the landing net. Just keep them out of the way of the swim and release them. Then showed you guys and released those downstream. Then carried on catching. Had that brownie. That really did go. Cracking condition. Yeah. It's been thoroughly enjoyable. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I wanted to show you a longer video of this particular waterway and show a couple of contrasting sections. I do feel that the other section that I was on in the earlier part of the video will throw up more fish. But, as can be the case with these kind of waterways, they're really jungly. So it's a case of getting into your swims, you know, getting into spots, being prepared to make sure that you tog yourself up with some bramble protection. But the rewards are there. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this more feature-length video, as I say, of this waterway, and hope wherever you're fishing, you're enjoying your fishing. And I'll see you on the flip side on another Fishing for Memories video. I am off home to have a nice cup of tea, and yeah, think about what an enjoyable rove this was.